Suna's not here, so it's gonna be you and I. So it's gonna be a relatively shorter episode.
Okay. Sounds
So in
good.
place, we have Ellie Bully. She's gonna do the intro.
Yeah.
Awesome. Hi, nice to meet you, sweetie.
Say hi to Valerie.
Hi.
Hi, I'm so happy to meet you. I heard a lot about you last time I interviewed.
All right, let's do the intro so we can get you out of here. Go to your phone. Ready? Go.
Welcome to another episode of SAKURA podcast. The most useless talk show
About anime
and
or gaming.
our gaming.
There you go. All right, say bye.
Great job.
All right,
Hi,
go.
nice meeting you.
All right, Valerie.
Oh my God, she's so cute. She's precious. How old did you say she was?
She just turned 9.
Oh, she's so cute.
That's my little birthday present. She was born 5 days before my birthday.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yeah. So
That's so cute.
proud daddy here. All right, everybody. You guys heard the intro. Ellie Belly gave the intro. We are live. It's gonna be a solo episode with me and Valerie Rose Lohman, actress, voiceover artist, and princess. Leading role in Edith Finch in the critically acclaimed What Remains of Edith Finch, Jess in Wolfenstein Youngblood, and most recently, Rachel in Tower of God. So I gotta ask, how has I know you did the live tweet. I couldn't make it. I believe I was at work. But how was that?
It was cool. I had a lot of fun. I had a lot of people interacting because because Rachel's not in so much of the show. So I haven't really, and also like I'm been terrified of giving away spoilers to like the fans that don't watch the original sub. So I've been like, it was my first time like live tweeting the show. I live tweeted the last 2 episodes and it was super fun because I loved seeing how into it everyone was getting and stuff like that. It's really cool.
How do you feel about your character after seeing it? I know when the first time you were here, I was like, man, I really hate your character. But I guess that's the thing about like is it great actors? They make you like want to watch the villain, but also you hate him, but you love to see him.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of how I feel about Rachel. Like I love her. Like I love playing her. I think she's like a really delicious part to play. But also like, Bomb is such a sweet little being that I just feel so awful for him. That just like he's so like he loves her so much, and just screws him over. So see, it's a both. I love her and hate her.
Screws him over like this right here.
Exactly. It's so sad when they show his face when he's getting pushed and like the confusion. Oh, my heart.
It was a sad episode. Well, that part was sad because he did so much for. He even fought that that last creature. I forgot the name of it. The monster at the end, just to save her, and he was like out of energy, out of whatever power he had left up, and she was not paralyzed. Not one bit. She faked the whole thing.
And yep.
And then he said, she's actually the main character of the show. So congratulations.
Thank you. It's been a wild ride. Well, like, okay, I think I brought this up recently on our last interview. I didn't know her whole arc going into the recording sessions. So like I really thought she was paralyzed until she stood up. And I literally looked at our director and I was like, what is going on? What is happening? I freaked out because I thought, I sincerely was like, oh, poor Rachel. She's become paralyzed. Like her life sucks. Like everything's going bad, but at least she's got Bomb. And then you find that out and you're just like, oh, you've been scheming.
Very scheming. What is it? It was a lot of jealousy.
Yeah.
It came down to like the core of her. Like she's not a good person at all. Originally, she left Bomb just to see the stars. Yeah. And then you have to think what type of person it takes to like pretend they're paralyzed.
Yes.
And then was it? I guess in her head she thought she killed Bomb. Everybody thought she killed Bomb, so she thought she had to kill someone that she was like a part of her life.
Yeah.
And then trick her friends to become like the friends are gonna like carry on his legacy because they love Bomb. So like this is what Bomb would have wanted. So let's carry her up to the top of the tower. Let's make her see the stars. And that's, oh my God.
Yeah, it's like so many layers there because I think when she first gets tasked to kill Bomb so that she can climb the tower right at the beginning when she's told you are not the one that we wanted. I think she's like really hesitant to do it then. Because obviously like Bomb is this little kid she's like raised basically. But I think the continually seeing him succeed when she feels like she deserves so much more, just like it just chips away at her. And over time, that's kind of what makes someone, I think, tip over the edge.
To everybody watching or listening, man, actors are not their characters. Oh my God. So I think it was one of these days I was on TikTok and I follow Laura Stahl. And she recently got announced to be Mami-chan from Rent the Girlfriend.
Okay.
I've been watching it. Her character is she's a bad person. And I think she went on TikTok and she was like, okay, guys, this is not okay. I just got announced by Crunchyroll and I'm getting hundreds of DMs talking about you hate me. How could I play this role? And it was just like vile messages. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I automatically thought about you because I know you play Rachel. I was like, no, Valerie's such a cool person. I hope this is not happening to her, especially with like the last episode and everything. I hope you didn't get that, man.
Honestly, I think it was really interesting because after we talked about it on the podcast last time, I actually had a few people reach out to me and were like really like apologetic, like, hey, like I'm really sorry. You seem like a cool person. I'm sorry people are like sending you hate. So like I kind of like brought some like really good people out of the woodwork. I think it's an interesting thing because obviously like, I mean, I get so invested in the shows I watch too, and like it's jarring, but yeah, it's an interesting thing to remember that like there's an actor who just like goes to work and then goes home and like does their own thing. It's a odd thing, but yeah, I hope she's not getting too. I believe I saw her. I think I saw her Twitter post. I felt really bad for her because I know exactly what she's dealing with.
Since the last time you were here till now, anything new happening? Anything you can tell?
There's a lot of really cool stuff. I'm working on like 4 or 5 projects that are getting really close to being announced. And I've been working on like 4 or 5 more audiobooks since then. But yeah, there's like 4 or 5 projects that are like coming out or like being announced in the next couple weeks that I'm like super excited about. One of them is something I'm producing, which it's been a hot second since I've produced something, and it'll be my first time producing like a voiceover project. So I'm working on that right now. And it's been interesting because I'm in the show that I'm working on, but I'm also casting it, and I'm also the one dealing with all like the paperwork. So that's been like a switch of my critical thinking skills. It's been very fun.
I listened to like the first 7 chapters of Livingston Girls.
Okay.
Because you're narrating it, and it's actually dope. I don't have as much time as I would like, and I do intend on finishing by the end of this month, but it's really good. So if anybody out there, man, please go get the book. I believe you can even get it for free with like a just signing up.
Yeah, I think you can get like a bonus
book. Yeah, bonus book just for signing up to Audible, and that's how I got it, and it's really good, dude.
I'm so glad you like it.
Oh, it's dope. I even followed what's her name? Brianna Morgan?
Brianna. Yeah, Brianna is like a fantastic horror writer.
Yes.
I'm so excited to see where her career goes because she's freaking phenomenal.
I'm excited. What else I wanted to talk about? Lately with this show, we have been getting into a lot of more like social events. I know when I first started the show, I wanted it to be a once a month thing, and then it turned into an every other week thing. And now with everything that's going on in the world, I feel like it's been pushed to like an every week thing because I want to get these voices heard. Most recently, we've had I still don't know how this world can be the way it is, especially in America with this whole police brutality and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a 17-year-old went to a whole different state with a gun, walked past police, and have you heard the story?
I was traveling when it happened, so I haven't delved too much into it, but I know like the overarching gist. But just like what I've read so far has just like completely disturbed me.
It's horrible.
Yeah.
So the protest started because I think on the 19th, Jacob Blake got shot 7 times in front of his kids. I think he had his kids in the back seat. And so now there's protesting, 17-year-old with an AR-15. Never seen a gun in real life, so I'm assuming based on my Call of Duty knowledge. I know I've seen pictures and it's really freaking big. And he's shot 3 people, killed 2, wounded, and there's like pictures and videos of him just walking past the cops, walking past.
Just heartbreaking and like terrifying.
This is the world we live in, and then you really see with everything going on how stupid people are. I know NBA boycotted, like the players boycotted a couple games.
I saw that. Yes. Didn't football as well?
Yeah.
A couple football teams.
And I think LeBron James tweeted about it.
Yeah, it's been I mean, it's always important, I think, when we're seeing that at least celebrities and stuff are and people that have influence try to raise the banner and get this known, because it's so important to like see what's actually happening, because ignorance is bliss, but ignorance is also how we don't change things.
Parenting and everything needs to change, man. Yeah, so like I said, he tweeted something, and then you get the stupid people that tweet after that, and it shows how dumb people are. I believe somebody said, so he was checking on his kids with them premises, wasn't supposed to be on. Why he didn't just check on the phone? I can't support the fight against social justice and systematic racism. What I can't get behind is rioting and looting the businesses. And then somebody genius tweeted out, Professor Darwin, I heard a good question today. Why is murder an appropriate response to property damage, but property damage isn't an appropriate response for murder? And that was the deepest tweet I've read after like all these posts and everything, all these stupid people. That was the one that I guess I linked with.
I think at the end of the day, it's important to know. I mean, I think the thing that's really hit home for me is there is very few cases of crimes that are like execution worthy. I mean, that's why we have innocent until proven guilty. That's why we have our judiciary system. Yeah, it's very frightening to see like punishment be administered without trial to people that did not do anything, or even if there's the case of someone did do something wrong, that's maybe a night in jail. That's not a you were shot 1,000 times, and there's so many that aren't. There are so many that would not have even ended in an arrest if like there had been the proper steps taken and dialogue and rules changing, and it's just so no one deserves to be shot for that. It is so frightening and so heartbreaking.
Definitely proper training is definitely needed. I think the kid that did that, he was a cadet at some time for like a local auxiliary police force and everything, and he was training to be a police officer. So
that is really scary.
It's proper training. I said this on my last episode. my brother has a friend that is an officer, and he was like, yo, the training here is crazy. So they'll take a rookie in the car and drive past a bad neighborhood and go, you see that neighborhood? It's not a good neighborhood. You don't want to be there. Next week, drive past the same neighborhood. You see that neighborhood? You don't want to be. So after a month of doing this, all of a sudden the rookie gets dropped off in that neighborhood and says, this is your area.
Yeah.
This is what you have to deal with.
Which is very frustrating because areas that are quote unquote frightening are often just low income areas with people just trying to live like everyone else. And it's very frustrating. It's very the lack of empathy, I think, is what scares me the most, because at the end of the day, we are all just people. And there are so many like Black, Indigenous, people of color, like just so made by the media and by stereotyping like that to be feared. So then there's these people that just, I don't know, it's just, the lack of empathy is so scary to me. And so I don't know, I can't understand that. I can't understand like not looking at someone else and being like, that's a person who gets up every day and needs to eat some breakfast and like just needs to like get through their day, because everyone's got problems. I don't know, that lack of empathy is terrifying.
Definitely a tough subject to talk about.
Yeah. I think it's important to talk about it though, because I mean, I know I have so many of my friends are people of color, and like they are speaking so loudly and so intelligently, and I think it's so important right now. I've really been focusing on raising my voice when I can, and choosing to stay silent and amplifying their voices when I do not know enough. Because at the end of the day, I am a British Italian. I mean, I am only second generation American, but at the end of the day, I am a little white girl, and I'm never going to know someone else's struggles. In the same way, not everyone's going to know mine as being a queer person. But I think it's been very important for me to look to and amplify the voices of people who are far more intelligent than I, and then speak when I feel like I'm contributing.
I think everybody just needs to try to understand everybody as a human being. Everybody goes through struggles. Everybody goes through problems. And like you said, if you don't know enough, just listen. Just shut up and listen. Like there's people that just want to talk like, oh, but this guy had a criminal past, or like talk about the Black on Black violence in the inner cities. It's like, look, we're not talking about that. We're talking about what's happening now with officers shooting our own people. Mm-hmm. As far as like I've dealt with situations that nobody's gonna be able to like understand. I've been harassed by the police. I've been thrown up on a fence, punched, called a hard NER word, and that changes people. Mm-hmm. I think from that day, before that, I used to rap, and I used to say the N word a lot because I was growing up in the low income area, and it was cool for me to do that. Mm-hmm. After that incident, I just stopped saying it. Like even I stream. I have friends that are from inner cities and everything, and they say it. I'm saying, look, not why you play with me. I don't like that word. It brings back bad memories, and it's just people have to understand when people yell Black Lives Matter, it's like, yeah, every life does fucking matter, dude. But right now, we're focusing on
a specific people who are being murdered and attacked. It's very specific, because we reach true equality by bringing up everyone. But right now, there's a disparity, and there are specific people being very hurt. And if we're all going to be equal, they need to be brought up several steps, several miles. I completely agree with you.
It's frustrating.
It is.
I just understand. We're not saying Black Lives Matter. From here on out, every time, everywhere, like for the rest of the world, it's just that's the only race. We're just saying that, listen up, man. Right now, we need to focus on this issue at hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because when you focus on something, if that's how you make systemic change, if you pinpoint, okay, right now, these people are being really hurt. What can we go back and try to fix? It's that, and that can create actionable real life steps instead of just oh, we should all pray for peace and like, because real steps are things that make real change and make everyone's lives better. I could go on. I'm very passionate about it. It's, ugh. I can't imagine being so many of my friends. I have so many of my friends who are Black who I can't imagine like seeing the news every day. It would be like me seeing a murder of a queer person every day, and I know my friends are so strong, but I hate that they have to be strong because they shouldn't have to be dealing with that. It's so heartbreaking.
And then rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, I know.
He was a hero to a lot of people, man.
Yeah, he inspired a lot of kids. And just like such a force for good and a force for change.
I think somebody tweeted they broke the news to their son because his son loved Black Panther. And son looked at his dad and said, how did he die, Daddy? Was it by the cops or Corona? And that's the state that we're living in, man.
Yeah.
That a little kid has to ask that.
Yeah. That was my first thought too. Because all I saw it was trending. And like how awful that like that's your first assumption.
But he died surrounded by family, surrounded by love. I'm glad he did. He was a king and a hero.
Yeah, really.
I loved his movies. I loved Black Panther. One of the few like Black superheroes on screen that wasn't a gag character. So yeah.
Yeah, it's really important not to have tokenism and to have like a true lead that like steps into one's power and just like leads and like leads not only their team on screen but like leads like the generation that's growing up watching them. It's very powerful. Dude, 2020, man.
This is the worst year ever.
It's a lot. It is a lot. I've noticed that I've had to like really like take days like away from the news, which I understand is a privilege, but like holy cow.
Yeah, definitely. Just don't just black out the incident and just focus on you for a couple days. I know you went on a trip recently, right?
I did. My girlfriend's family has a little lake house in Arizona. So, I mean, it's their house, so it's germ free because no one's been there. So we drove down there and hung out there and quarantined somewhere else for a couple days.
Just including yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I've been doing that with my mom's house. My mom lives up north, in Northern California, and I've just been like, you know, I'll like fill up my gas at the gas station I always go to, and then just drive up and like bring all my food so I don't have to go to the darn supermarket there and like just quarantine somewhere else. So it's been nice. I mean, I think we're all in the same boat of like tired of our house. The things we have to still look at.
I miss the simple things. Like I every Saturday, I used to take the princess down to 14th Street, and they have like this big farmers market there with a nice little small park, with like the sand and everything. So we used to take it there and then get apple cider and vegan cookies. Well, I would get her vegan cookies because I eat that, but I would get her that and she would just have a ball. So the simple small things, man. Can't even go to Applebee's and have a guys' night.
Nope. I'm having a hard time not going to Disneyland.
Didn't they open back up?
Nope.
They did it?
Disney World did, but not Disneyland, which is probably for the best because I don't want to get COVID. I have asthma. Even when they open, I probably will stick at home until we get a vaccine, just because I have predispositions to getting sick. So,
Have you been playing any new games? I mean, have you been playing games? I know we spoke last time. You said you wanted to get into more games. You said your girlfriend's a gamer.
My girlfriend is a gamer. Let's see.
Has she pushed you into playing games?
I played something recently, and I can't remember what it was. What were we playing? She works on Apex Legends for their esports tournaments, so I'm very early learning how to play Apex. I'm not good at it yet. I have played once, but I would like to get good at it because I would like to play with her. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm not super button coordinated. But I'll try. I'll keep working at it. I told her the other day, I was like, I should just start a Twitch and it can just be called Valerie Sucks at Gaming. And we'll just get subscribers from me just completely failing.
Let's call it Valerie Tries.
Valerie Tries and Valerie Fails. So
that'll be dope. Like I said, I do make graphics, so if you do decide to do that, I'll totally hook you up. I got you.
Okay, I will reach out if we come to that point of quarantine.
Mostly because I want to see you try.
It's not great. I did get through. I tried to get through Wolfenstein when it first came out, and I failed. And then my girlfriend just started playing it, and then she started playing it without me. And then I went to bed, and I woke up one night, and it was 4 a.m, and she was finishing the damn game. And I was like, you didn't even wait for me? I did get through all of Edith Finch, but it's a walking sim, so it's kind of not super, super hard. I did have a hard time when you're cutting off the fish heads and steering the boat at the end. That was hard. But yeah, I'm not super coordinated with that. She's a shame.
I did play Smite.
Oh, good.
I did play Artemis.
Awesome.
For you. Dope character, long range. It was tough at me for first because she is a ranged character, and I like to just go in there and just fight and everything. So I was going in there with her and just getting killed. But once I learned it, she's actually pretty dope.
Good. I'm glad. I'm the same way as you. When I do play, I love Mortal Kombat because I love button mashing, but you can't do that when you play aim and be far away from someone. So I understand your pain.
Like I said, if you ever want to play sometime, I'll guide you through it.
Thank you. I will probably take you up on that. I want to get better at it. I do. I'm a workaholic, and I've just noticed that quarantine has made me more of a workaholic. Because then I'll be at home and I'll be like, oh, I'm done with the work day. Well, I can't go anywhere, so I might as well record these auditions and record this audiobook and do this and do that and do this. And then it's time for bed.
In some ways, the quarantine brought out the best in people in some ways. I know I work overnight, so I used to go to work and watch whatever I recorded on the DVR that day. And now it's oh, I could watch this episode. I could edit this video. And then lately, I just haven't been watching as much anime as I wanted to because I've just been either working on the podcast, trying to find people if they want to guest on, or just working on my own brand with the whole Twitch and everything. So it's just I've been just working nonstop.
Which is great. It's just hard when you don't have somewhere to you no longer have an outlet for not work stuff.
Oh, man.
Grateful to be busy. Grateful to be working.
It's a great problem to have.
Great problem to have. But also, I accept that I have a problem. So. it's okay. At least it's productive.
What about anime? Have you been catching up on it? You finished? No, it's just too much work, right?
I am about to start Avatar and Legend of Korra. And I've had different people. I'll have to get your opinion. Okay, I've had multiple friends tell me different things. Some people say watch Korra first, and some people say watch Avatar first. What do you think?
I say since you're new coming in, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I can understand why people say watch Korra first, because a lot of people that watch Avatar first was like, oh, this is the best. They suffer from that syndrome, like nothing could beat the first one.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, Avatar, Aang, this is the best one. Korra was okay, but this is just better because this was the first one I watched. But if you're getting into it and you're watching it back, so you didn't have to wait years for a new season.
Okay.
So you're getting into it, you watch that, you watch this. You know, most you waiting is like 1 or 2 months, depending on how busy you are.
Yes.
To catch up on something. You're not waiting years, so I say it doesn't matter. I've watched the first one, The Last Airbender first.
Okay.
And I still liked Korra a lot better.
Okay.
I just think the character was more diverse.
Mm-hmm.
Because she ended out with like the girl. She got the girl at the end.
Yes.
A lot of people didn't like that part. I don't care. I like story. That's it. If the story is great, I don't freaking care what the characters like traits are. I just give me a good story.
Yeah, of course.
She dealt with a lot more. I think in the first one he just had one overarching enemy. This one, like each book, she had I think 3 or 4 different enemies that she had to deal with.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's exciting. Okay. Maybe I'll start with that then.
Yeah, but yes. But it tells you how like this happened because of the first one. So maybe start with the first one because they explain how like Republic City got made.
Okay. Yeah, I know that it's like I want to start it this week, I think. Because I can't keep watching She-Ra. I've watched She-Ra multiple times now. So I have to watch something new. So we're gonna start that.
Let me know your progress on
I will. I'll probably be tweeting about it.
Ooh, okay. I'll probably be replying on it.
Good. I've had like so many people tell me like you need to watch this now. So, and then I'm trying to get my girlfriend to watch all the Miyazaki films because she's only seen Spirited Away. So, Howl's Moving Castle's on my hit list next. To get her to watch. So, hoping that soon.
Is she big into anime or no?
So. She loves Spirited Away. I did show her Castle in the Sky, which she liked. That's one of my favorites. But yeah, I just don't think she's watched a ton. She's seen a few episodes of Tower of God because I made her sit there and watch it with me. But she's more of like a live action person. I was really surprised by how much she liked She-Ra because she doesn't usually watch animation, except for Disney movies. But I'm obsessed with those two.
Did she hate you? Was she one of the people that didn't like you after watching Tower of God?
No, because I told her, because she already knew what was going to happen, because I get really excited when I come home from my recording sessions, and I was like, by come home, I mean come out of my little closet where I work. So she already knew, so she wasn't really, like, surprised or, like, she was just like, she can be very stoked. She's just like, you did very good. I'm very proud of you. Okay. So, yeah.
I was just wondering if she walks out the house like scared that you're gonna push her off something.
I've played enough like evil stuff, or like, I mean, she was there when she was in Sweden with me when I shot Wolfenstein, so she's seen a lot of my like multiple personalities that can come out. She's not scared of them.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
Oh man, Valerie, you're awesome. I would like to thank you. This was fun.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm glad we got to catch up.
Yes, as always. So now it's like growing up in a Hispanic household. Whenever I brought my friends over for the first time, my mom would be like, "Oh, would you like anything to drink? Would you like something to eat? You know, take care of them." The second time, it's like they were like, "Hey, Mrs. Soda, can I get a iced tea?" And I'm like, "No, you're no longer a guest. You're family now." So, welcome to the family, Valerie. I just thank you for coming on our show.
Of course, it's my pleasure.
Yeah, you're an amazing individual, and everybody, please, in the show notes, I'm also gonna put the link for the Audible Livingston Girls, which I have started, and just like Valerie, I will be tweeting about it as I go through the chapters. Please check her out. All her socials will be in the show notes below. And with that said, have a good day, guys.